everyone, welcome to today's class. Today you're going to need 2 blocks and 1 rubber band. We're going to work on shifting weight in back bends, so from left to right, one arm and then the other arm, and also shifting in the legs. It's not as much about flexibility today, it's more about your strength and your strength in the supporting limbs. It's a great class, lots of full of interesting ideas. Even if the end peak poses are not for everyone, there's lots in it for everyone, so go at your own pace and enjoy today's class. Let's go. Come to a cross-legged position, have your props close by, rest your hands down onto your knees, sit up straight, relax your shoulders and lower your chin down to your chest. Let's take 2 deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Lifting your head up, we're going to take 1 circle over to your right side. Start slow, head back, left side, back over to your right, and then leave the head tilted so the ears are on top of the shoulder. Right arm goes up and extend your left arm out. Reach with your fingertips, lengthening more space between the ear and the top of the shoulder. Turn your palm out and climb your arm up your back. Relax your face and your jaw. Same thing on the left side. Circle over to your left side, head back, right side back over. When you're ready, the left arm goes up and extend your right arm out. Reach with your fingertips, lengthening more space between the ear and the top of the shoulder. Turn that palm and climb it up your back, in between your scapulars. And then release both arms onto your knees. So now grab your rubber band and I want you to put it on your forehead like a sweatband. I want you to push against it 10 times. So just using your neck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release to the back of your neck this time. So same thing, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try not to use that back. And release. Pushing against the temples this time, left hand goes out. And again, let's go for 10. 4, 3, 2. Changing sides, right arm. So pushing against that temple only for 10 counts. Let's warm up the neck because this is going to come in handy for your peak pose at the very end. So grabbing the band once again, let's bring your arms far apart this time. Send your arms up and over behind you and then all the way out to the front. So your scapulars, when you go back, you want to try and bring them together. And when you're coming forward, you're just rounding your back ever so slightly. Keeping those arms straight. If you need to bend them, please do so. You're just trying to find that opening, find that open space, so you're able to start working on those back bends. And this one, hold it here. Squeeze those scapulars together before you bring those arms back up. Bringing the arms into a shorter grip, lift them up, pulsing at the very top. Feel that opening. Try not to arch that back, hold it at the very top, and then bring them down again. Grabbing the band once again, let's bring your arms far apart. Send your arms up and over behind you. So counting for 10. 1, 2, 3. Bring those scapulars together. 4, 5, 6, coming all the way forwards. 7, keep those arms straight, doing really well. 2 more, and we're going to hold it at the back for this one. Hold it there. Bring those scapulars together. Well done. Bringing those arms close, let's pulse. Just for 10, and then we're going to hold it up the top. Hold it there. And arms back down. Let's move on. I'm going to turn to the side this time. So we're going to come into that Gomakasana position with the arms. My right arm is up at the top. And we're going to floss the arms. So the right arm goes up and the left arm releases down. Keep those arms straight. And we're just opening up those shoulders once again. Pushing all the way up to the top and then straight arm down. Now, extend both your arms behind you, and as you exhale, come into a forward fold. Send your forehead towards the floor, all the way to the floor, and hold it. And then slowly come right back up into your sitting position. Switching arms, you're going to do the same thing on the other side. This time, your right arm goes behind you into your Gomakasana. You're going to do some flossing. So start to push your right fist to the floor, and then left arm goes up, and then down and up, and then slowly down and up. One last time going up, and last time going down. Hold it there. Now extend both arms and come into that forward fold. Send your forehead towards the floor. And then slowly coming back up into your sitting position. Put the band at the side, left leg on top of the right for Gomakasana, right hand underneath and into your Garudasana of the arms. I want you to get your elbows on top of your knees and hold that there. Relax your head, take 1 or 2 deep breaths, round your back, release the arms, pull those abdominals in and stretching your side glutes. Coming up. Into your seated twist, plant the left foot down on the floor and pass the other arm over with fingertips on the floor. Look over the back shoulder, continue to twist that little bit more as you exhale. Let's twist over to the other side. Continue to twist a little bit more, planting that hip down. Coming out. Extend the right leg out and bend the left leg, reaching out, exhale out, reaching that foot, inhale coming up. Exhale, inhale coming up, and on this one hold it here, grab that foot, grab the outside of the foot and see if you can look up, passing your head through. If you're not quite there, don't worry, it's more about the side bend. And inhale coming up. Let's repeat this sequence. This time the left leg on top for Gomakasana of the legs and Garudasana of the arms with the right arm on top. Relax that head forwards. Round the upper back. Pull the abdominals in and stretch those side glutes. Release the arms. Hold that there. And coming out. Come out onto the twist. Plant the left foot down and pass the right arm over. Left fingertips on the floor. Look over the back shoulder. And then twist over. Coming out onto the other side. Left elbow comes over. Release. This time, extend your left leg out and bend the right leg, planting the foot on the floor. Exhale, release. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, release. Hold this one. Grab the outside of your foot if you can and look up towards the ceiling, passing your head. If you're not quite there again, don't worry. It's about the side bend. Inhale, coming up. Grab your block and you want to sit on it. And when you lie down, you should find this rest at the bottom of your spine. Relax and we're going to stretch those hamstrings. So grab that left knee in. Hold this here. Point your right toes out. We're going to pulse the bottom leg. So stretch out that top leg. You feel that hamstring and pulse the bottom leg for 10 counts. And then we're going to pulse the top leg. So pulse the top leg this time. And hold it here. Hold the stretch. Release. Let's do it on the other side. Again, counts of 10. So the right leg releases up to the top, stretching that out, pulsing the bottom leg for a count of 10. Point the toes for both feet. and then top starts to pulse. And hold this here. Feel that hamstring stretch before you let go of the stretch altogether. And when you're ready, remove the block out of the way. Now coming into your bridge after that, bend your knees and walk your feet pretty close in. We're going to lift those hips, tuck your shoulders, lace your hands underneath, press your triceps down. On your next exhale, lift your heels up, unclasp your hands and walk your feet in and sit on those heels. Scoot your shoulders down so that your knees are pointing down to the floor. Stretch those quads, hip flexors, and see if you can get that bit lower. On your next exhale, coming up. Coming onto your knees, onto a kneeling position. Put your hands in bird of prayer, fingertips pointing towards your toes. Open the elbows as wide as you can, and then bring your elbows as close as you can. Squeezing your head, then open, open, open. And then closing. Squeeze that head, open, open, open. And squeeze. Send your arms as far back as you can. Feeling that shoulder flexion. Hold it here. So then you have straighter arms, sending them up, pointing those in the index fingers, and then carefully lowering your arms down. Coming into that dolphin position, forearms flat down and parallel to each other. Let's lift your knees. Walk your feet in and pass your head. Next inhalation, lift the left leg straight up into the air, projecting your toes all the way to the ceiling. Press your base leg heel down. Squeeze your left glutes. And then bringing that leg carefully down. Let's switch legs. Right leg goes up, point your toes. Projecting those toes all the way up. Feel that hamstring stretch and carefully bringing that right leg down. Working on the strength of the shoulders, sinking those shoulders and then lifting your shoulders up into the ears, sinking down, lifting, sinking down and lifting. And once again, coming onto your knees. Reset your position and get ready for your downwards dog position. Palms pushing down. Step your legs back, sink the weight back into those legs. And then pivot those heels to one side, feel that stretch, and then pivot to the other side. Now, on your next inhale, lift your right leg straight up into the air and bend your knee like you're kicking yourself. I want you to do some circles. Knee goes out and then circle around 3 times and change direction. Point that leg straight back up. Look forward to your hands and step that right foot forward in between your hands for a low lunge. You're going to bring your arms overhead, look towards the ceiling and circle those arms. No need to sink too much. Reach those arms up and over behind you, squeezing those scapulars and then change direction. Hold this position. Can you sink a little bit more with your hips? Straighten your back leg. And then when you next exhale, I want you to look straight ahead of you, palms together in bird of prayer position. And then let's lift the back leg up into warrior 3 position. Lifting that back leg up. When you next exhale, arms come out in front of you. And then land your fingertips down on the floor for your standing splits. Reach that leg up to the ceiling and hold it there. If you can hold with one or both hands on your base calf, great. If not, no problem. Keep both hands on the floor. Then lower your leg down for a moment and I want you to reach for your block. I want you to place it vertical in front of you. The first thing I want you to do is look out. Scapulars down and arch your thoracic. Now, stick your bum out and lift your right leg up. and up, but without losing the arch in your spine. Hold it there, lifting up, lifting up. Point those toes. And then lower your leg back down. Move the block aside. We're coming into your chair pose. So here I'm a little bit out of screen. Hopefully you'll follow my instructions. Straighten your legs, index fingers pointing up, and we're coming into small arch here. So lengthen your spine and go a little bit back. Inhale and then exhale to go a little bit further. Inhale, exhale, go a bit further. Try not to thrust your hips. Use your upper spine a bit more. Slowly coming out, coming into standing Paradasana, leaning over to your right side first. And inhale, exhale a little bit further. And then same thing on the other side. Inhale and exhale, try and go that bit further. Lengthen out. Next time you come up to center, we're going to do small circles going one way. And then we're going to move over to the other side. So reverse the other way. Just for 3 rotations. And then lower the arms back down. So I forgot to say at the beginning that we need a towel for this next part. If you could just grab one, if you've got one to hand, step outside your mat. Step your right foot in front and your left foot back. We're going to lift those arms and slide back into our lunging position. So for 5 counts, we're going to really activate that back leg and then return back up to your standing position. 4 more times. Go down and inhale on the way back up. So you want to try not to buckle that front knee. So inhale and exhale going back. And then on this 5th position, we're going to stay there and hold it for 10 counts. Sink down before lifting back up. Stepping back onto your mat, I want you to put your right leg in front and your left leg behind you. I want you to put the block on the inside of the leg and reach your left arm up and over your head, and then now exhale and lean forward and rest your left forearm down onto the floor. Bring your right arm back to the top and then push yourself forwards, keeping that balance. Reaching forwards, lifting that chest. So try not to dump down. Exhale. Coming up, coming up, coming up. Reaching back one last time. And coming out of this position, tucking those back toes under. Reaching up and over with that right arm. Holding back for this version of your camel. Chest goes up, reach out, reach back, push back. Good work, well done. Walk that right foot in front, and I want you to put the block underneath that foot. So we're going to get into this version of your lunging position. Arms go up, and I've tucked my toes under. We're going to go on top of the hips. So I'm a little bit forward at the moment, but what I want you to do is now lunge back. I want you to be on top of that back shin, so not lunging too far forwards. Keep lifting that chest, hold the hips a little bit back, and then coming out. Then we're going to try and repeat this again. So, yeah, again, I'm demonstrating here, you need to be on top of that back shin. Take a quick break. And when you're ready, we're going to lift those arms once again. So try this position once again, keeping on top of that back shin. This is an incredibly challenging position for your hips to stay back. Lift those front toes up, and then when you're ready, gently bring yourself back out. Popping that block to the side when you're ready. We'll come into our downward dog position. Coming into your plank position, shoulders on top of your wrist, lower yourself down onto the floor, walk your hands forwards if you need to, press with the top of your feet on top of the floor, and I want you to lift up, send your hips down as you roll up and back, hold that there. When you next exhale, bring yourself down, little shoulder opener before we do the second set, extend the left arm out, palm down and roll over onto your hips. Squeeze the scapula to the spine and bring the other arm over. Hold that position there. Feel that opening. Perhaps you find the fingers, perhaps you don't. We're going to repeat that to the other side, coming to center and moving that, extending that right arm over with the left arm coming across. Hold it here, feel that opening, scapulas together, and then release. Let's find that downwards dog position once again. Reset that downwards dog position, palms pushing down, lift that left leg straight up into the air, bend that knee like you're kicking yourself, circling around. Knee goes out and back around 3 times and then reverse the other way. And look forwards to your hands when you're ready. Step that left leg forwards in between your hands for that low lunge. You bring those arms back up over your head. Look up towards the ceiling. No need to sink too much. Circling those arms up and behind you. Squeezing those scapulas 3 times, change direction. Circling round. This time hold that position. Can you sink down that little bit more with your hips? Straighten that back leg. And when you exhale the next time, look straight ahead, palms together in bird of prayer, into that warrior 3 position. Let those arms go forwards, lift that back leg higher, into your standing splits, fingertips down on the floor, holding that position. Reach that leg up to the ceiling and hold it there. If you can hold with one or both hands, your base calf, no problem. If you need to keep both hands on the floor, then lower your leg down for a moment. And I want you to, again, reach for that block. I want you to place it vertical in front of you. Stick your bum out and lift your left leg up, but without losing that arch in your upper spine. Scapulas down and arch your thoracic. Hold it there. And when you're ready, release that leg back down, coming into your chair pose. Bend the knees, bring your arms up and over a bit of a hollow back. Tuck your tailbone under and then straighten up your legs. Index fingers pointing up. There's a small arch here, so lengthen your spine and go a little bit back. Inhale and exhale a little bit further. Try not to thrust your hips. Use your upper spine more. Inhale and exhale. And then coming out into standing Paradasana. Lean over to your left side. And then inhale. Same thing on the other side. Lengthen out. Inhale and exhale to go that bit further. Next time you come up, we're going to do one small circle around one way 3 times. Only going back slightly. And then reverse the other way after you've done 3. and lower those arms back down. Grabbing that towel once again, we're going to step outside your mat. Stepping the left leg back. We're going to lift the arms up. And then we're going to slide back. Keep that back knee straight. So again for 5 counts. 2, exhale. Inhale on the way up. 3. Try not to buckle that front knee out. And this one we hold it for 10 counts. Sink down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Coming back out, and let's get back onto our mat. I want you to put your left leg in front of your right. And the block goes onto the inside of your back leg. So this time we're reaching up and over with the right arm. Exhale, that right arm goes down, forearm goes down, left arm reaches over. And again, reaching back with that right arm then comes over. Push yourself back up, and you're going to do this again. So reaching forwards, push yourself back up, reaching back. One more time. And then lifting yourself up. So curl those toes back and reach back for your version of your camel. Reach back, stretch back. Hold it there. And coming out. So moving that block to the front. Popping your left leg onto the block. So we're going to come back into that lunge position. So arms come up, toes pointing down, reaching up. Make sure that you stay on top of your the back shin. So keep lifting, chest up, hold it, and then gently come out. So now we're going to move on to the peep poses. You want to move towards that wall. I've got the block. You can have it either way. You can have it flat or the second highest position, which is the way I'm going to demo. Feet hip distance apart, straight towards the wall. Arms come up onto that block. We're going to just open up that thoracic spine. So I want you to bend those knees before you straighten them. Look up. So hopefully I'll look up in a moment on the demo as well. Make sure that chin is not touching the wall. Keep wrapping the elbows towards each other and straighten those legs. Pull the hip back so you can really feel the thoracic arching. When you're done, coming out. I think I'm going to do it a couple more times. I do love these peep poses, and the more practice you get, the more opening you get, more repetition. And you'll improve more and more slowly over time. So one more time. Go at your own pace. If you need to pause the video, please do so. Holding it there. And gently coming out when you're ready. So for our next pose, you need 2 blocks. Both blocks, place them shoulder width apart onto the floor. This exercise is about coming up and down a few times. I want you to have your feet width hip distance apart. Measure that distance, so one arm away from the wall. And the first drop down, I want you to go really slowly. So don't worry if you can't go all the way down, and try. This is about trying to do it non-stop so you can train the breath. Bring your arms up and over. And with the next exhale, I want you to find your hands on the wall, or your fingertips would be even better. Bend your knees a little bit more so you can find the arch in your thoracic.
And then when you're ready, slowly walk the hands down. Walk down, walk down. Only hands down for a second. Open up and then return back up fully onto your legs. So you want to go straight back down again, shifting more weight onto the arms as you go down and then going back up. I want you to repeat this 5 times. Keep the head all the way back the whole time. Let's see what happens. If you need to pause this video again, please do so, as these are your peak poses. And when you're ready, simply rest. And we'll move on to the next peak pose. So for our third peak pose, we're going to be moving side to side. Measure the distance from the wall and coming into, so you might want to watch the demo first of all. So we want to drop back into our wheel, go really slowly, walking down. Have a look. So you want to walk from one side to the next side. So with the block, you want to come up to the top and then walk over to the side. So both arms drop to the side, but you're also coming over with the legs. So move the legs at the same time. You're moving from one side to the next. So it's a little bit of coordination, a little bit of thought. Can you do that? Let's see how far you get. Have a go. And you can always, at the end of this, you can press up or you can lay down and come out of this pose. So for our last back bend, we're going to walk down slowly once again. And this time we're going to work on moving the weight from limb to limb, so legs and arms. So you're going to bring your arms slowly down, push strongly into the wall, open your chest, and see if you can lift one arm either to the thigh or the shin. Then really arching, push into the wall then with your hand, and you'll see what extra arch you can get. And when you're ready, swap arms, so onto the thigh and then onto the shin. Try and bring it back up to the wall to lift yourself up. And also let's try swapping different feet. So one leg goes straight up into the air. Point your toes. When you're ready, swap sides. And you can either choose arms or legs, or just choose one for today. And then when you're ready, walk yourself back up, coming out of the position. So we're going to do one inversion for today. The reason why we warmed up the neck was for this headstand position. So watch the demo first. You're going to go into a tripod headstand. Make a triangle, lift one leg and then the other one up. Open your chest, open your hips, open your legs into a V, and then press the feet into the wall. Option 1, stay there. Option 2, arms go towards the wall. So one arm first, keep pressing the elbows down, protract the scapulars, and then you're going to try and do the same with the other side. Press really strongly with your arms, and then when you want to come back, just bring your arms and legs back slowly. Give it a try and see how it goes. Coming up, let's finish off. I want you to come into your prasarita. Legs are going to be wide apart, shoulders against the wall when you're ready. Get hold of your opposite elbows and straighten your legs. Deep breath here. If you need to bend your knees, you can do. Release that back. Couple more breaths. When you're ready, we're going to flip it around the other side. Same thing. To lower yourself down. Hands come down and then grabbing onto the elbows. Lower down. Let your arms dangle. Feel that heavy head. You can also, if you want to, lace your hands behind your head. Just bringing that added extra pressure. Couple of breaths, then lower your hands down and we're coming down into Malasana. Keep that bum onto the wall, head heavy yet again, round your upper back and stay there, dropping down. Deep breath. Release any tension. Then when you're ready, we're going to come back onto our backs. And I want you to lie down, lift your legs up and into your shoulders, stand and then into your plough on the exhale. Toes towards the floor above you, hands up against your back. Deep breath. Hold it here. And then when you're ready, bend your knees. On your next exhale, bringing those knees to those ears and slowly, in your own time, bring your legs down. Knees come in, give yourself a hug. And arms both go out, feet go out. We're just going to take a side twist, so over onto your right side. Extend that left leg, the right leg goes over, looking over that left shoulder. And switch sides. Extend the arms, try and keep both shoulders down onto the floor. When you're ready, I want you to return to center. Rest those arms alongside your body. We're coming into Shavasana. Relax. We're going to be here for a minute. Slowly coming back to the room, start to move your toes and your hands and your wrists, knees coming into your chest. Just one breath, pushing that lumbar into the floor. On your next inhalation, roll over onto the right side and slowly push yourself up into a comfortable cross-legged position. As you next exhale, lower your chin into your chest. Namaste.